Hey everyone, it's Matt from Cruises, Rooms, and Reviews. Greetings from beautiful, sunny Cozumel. We're here on Adventure of the Seas. This is our second time we've been on Adventures of the Seas since cruising has restarted, and we've really enjoyed this itinerary. But since we've been on it, a number of people have asked me, well, what's the check-in process like? We've heard that it's different from normal, that, since you're checking in Nassau. So I thought I would go over a quick video and give you the 6 to 8 steps, depending on a few factors, that it takes for you to check in here. So one thing around the check-in process is you don't actually check in at the port. The port isn't there anymore. There's a major project going on to update their port facilities and host more ships in the future. So the building that used to be there, that some of you may be used to, is completely gone, and everything is under construction there. So check-in actually happens at the British Colonial Hilton. So how does that get done? As I said before, it's in 6 to 8 steps. So what we did is we actually stayed at the British Colonial Hilton the night before on both trips. In fact, on the first trip, we didn't even know that was going to be the check-in spot when we booked the hotel. We just knew it was close to the port. So nice, convenient way to get in there the night before, rest, relax, and then check in at your leisure the next day. 6 to 8 steps. Step 1, drop off your luggage. In the lobby, they'll have a number of people starting around 10 a.m. to take your luggage. You can drop it off at any time before your check-in, but as early as 10 a.m. And for us, it was great since we're staying in the hotel around 10 a.m. Went down the elevator, walked through the lobby, handed it to someone. We already had our tags on it. They took it off, put it on a truck to be sent over to the ship. Easy peasy, step 1 done. Now what we did at that point is we went into town, checked out some shops, had a little lunch, and then came back at our designated time to actually start the check-in process. One thing to note, Royal's being very strict on the actual check-in time, so please make sure you come at that time. Unless you're Pinnacle or in a suite, then they give you a little bit of leeway. Otherwise, you do need to show up at your correct time. But once it's your time, or after that, you can show up, and we'll move to step 2, and that's the initial check-in. Someone will be standing at the bottom of the main stairwell in the lobby of the hotel, and they will check your set sail pass to make sure you are there at the right time. Easy peasy, they take a look at it. If you're good, they send you up the steps. There is an elevator if you do need it, but they send you up the steps. That's step 1. Step 2 will be a very quick document check, just to make sure you have everything. So the documents you need, as I remember, will be your set sail pass. You will need your passport. You will need your pre-cruise or pre-travel testing results. I'm not going to go into what those test results are required, mainly because Royal's changing them. So by the time I even post this, they'll probably change the requirements again. They were different from the first time we came to the second time we came. So please just keep looking for the communications from Royal to make sure you're up to date on the testing requirements for your cruise. So you got your passport, your set sail, your testing results, and most importantly, if you're 12 years old or above, then your vaccine cards to show that you've been vaccinated. So moving on to step number 4. Step number 4 is, depending on whether you have someone in your party that's unvaccinated under the age of 12, you have to get them tested. So if you are in that situation, they will escort you over to another room. Someone will check you in and make sure you have all the correct information signed in if you did your pre-registration. Otherwise, they'll register you there. Once that's done, they'll take you through to a room right behind there where they have another number of testing stations set up, and they will administer an antigen test, I believe it is. And it's just a quick swab of the nose. Our son is 6, he did it in no time at all. He's had a number of COVID tests, so it wasn't a big deal to him. I heard some other kids having more of a troubled time because they weren't used to the tests and their parents had to coach them through it. But it really is a pretty easy one to get through. So hopefully it's not eventful for your children if they have to be tested. But it was really quick and easy, and it was done in no time. So that's step number 4. Now on to step number 5. This is the big one. This is where you actually check in. So you were escorted into a room, and there are a number of check-in stations, some with tables where people are standing up and checking people in, and some are tables where people are sitting down, probably just because they had different types of tables. I don't know why, but they have some people standing, some people sitting. No rhyme or reason. We were escorted over to someone, and they started the check-in process. Very similar to what you've done in the past, except here they check your set sail pass, they confirm that you're healthy, you filled out the healthy questionnaire online. If not, they ask you the questions and they confirm all the information is accurate, and then they take scans or pictures, should I say, of your documentation. They look at your passport, they look at your testing information, and they look at your vaccine cards and take records of all of that. Probably takes about 10 minutes, the whole thing, not a big deal. So now we're gonna move on to step number 6. So for step number 6, again, this is one where it all depends if you have someone under the age of 12. If you do, very easy. You just go to a waiting area and sit and wait for your test result that you took earlier. It'll come via email typically. We sat there and kept refreshing my email, looking for it. But it was fairly quick. We didn't wait too much longer, maybe about 10 more minutes after we checked in, and got the results from my son, which were thankfully negative, and we were able to proceed on the day. We also, during that time period, the vaccinated adults in our party, the 2 of us, got these purple wristbands, and these are just to indicate that we were vaccinated members of the party. Now we're gonna move on to step number 7, I believe it is, and really simple. You've gotten all your results, you're all checked in, everyone has a sticker that shows that they're checked in and have been tested if they needed to be tested. It's simply to walk out the front door of the hotel and hop on a bus. It's not that far from the hotel to the port, but it is a little bit of a walk, a number of blocks. So they give you this, put you on this bus, takes a few minutes to fill it up, it's not that large, and off you are, go to the port. Maybe a 2-minute ride, not that big a deal. And finally, we're at our last step, 8. I think that's the number 8. So this is essentially walk through the port, over to the ship. It's a little, maybe a 5-minute walk from the front of the port to the ship, and get on. And getting on is simply, again, they scan your set sail pass once again. So always have that set sail pass available, whether it's printed or on your phone. They scan that, that's kind of like your key to get onto the ship. And then you go through security, much like if you were coming off of a port day. So you put any bags you have through the machine and go through the metal detector. And once you're through that, you're officially on your cruise. Very simple. One question you may be asking me is, if they scanned your set sail pass, where are your keys? Well, you actually don't get your keys till you get to your room. So your rooms are usually available. They say officially it's 2 o'clock. Sometimes they open them up a little ahead of time. But you go to your room and the envelope will be sitting there with the key. Grab your keys, you're good to go. So as I said, 6 to 8 steps, depending on whether you have anyone under 12 in your party who's unvaccinated and needs to be tested. It sounds like a lot, but honestly, it's really simple. They have a lot of staff that helps guide you through the process. And it's, especially since we've done it twice, it was even easier the second time because we knew what to expect. So I'm hoping this video allows you to know what to expect if you're taking one of these cruises out of Nassau. So that was our experience. Your experience may vary as things are changing all the time. But again, really simple, and I think you'll find as much. So that's it for this video. I hope it helped you out. If it did, do us a big favor, hit the like button, and also if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, check out our other videos, and we will make sure we continue to put out content that I hope is relevant to everyone. That's it from beautiful Cozumel. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.